Okay, I'm going to make a quick video on the dragging weights that you've probably seen me use on the videos, how I make them. This is relatively cheap and easy. I think most, depending upon what you can get the materials for, I think you end up with $2.50 to $3 a piece on these. And ones I make are like 6 or 7 ounces, so they're kind of heavier than most of the ones you buy. I do that just in case I want to use them in the river with some current or something. They'll still keep the bait down. So what I use is, this is just tubing. This is 3/8 inch diameter, 1/2 inch OD tubing. Just tubing you can buy anywhere. I think I bought this on Amazon like in a 100-foot roll. Then you need the orange wire connectors, and this is actually the ones that I buy. You need 2 of these for each one you make. Then you need the medium screw eyes, which are this. And these are the ones I buy. They're the medium, 1.25 inch long. A zip tie. This is an 18-pound zip tie. And then also a swivel with a snap on it. I believe this is a number 1 size barrel swivel with snap. And then I also use, to glue the stuff together, which I'll show you here in a minute, I use Gorilla Glue instead of using a quick drying glue. This dries a little bit slower, so it's a little bit easier to use. And then the other thing is you need lead shot. I bought this online, and this is used or recycled lead shot. It's kind of dirty. You get some bigger pieces in it, but it was relatively cheap. Okay, so start out, I just take a little bit of Gorilla Glue. I put it on a plate, or I got this on a piece of paper. So just put a little bit on the wire nut, kind of spin it around. I'll use like this eye hook, and you want to push it in. If you push it in just a little bit past, the tubing kind of sucks back in around it, and it won't slide back out while the glue's drying. So then just fill it up with the lead shot. Okay, we got the lead shot. Some people leave an air gap here. I really don't leave too much of an air gap. I pretty well fill it up, because I find with the bigger floats I use, this tends to stand up. People sometimes leave an air gap at the top to help this kind of stand up while it's going through the water. But that's kind of personal preference. So then you just take the other wire nut. Same thing, I always kind of spin it. That helps that glue get on there. Then take the screw eye, put a little bit of glue on it. Then I'm going to push this in, and then take the screw eye, and it'll twist right into that wire nut. And that's pretty much it for that. So then what I do is I use this zip tie to hold on this barrel swivel. And the reason I do that, a lot of times when you get hung up, it's this, even though this is flexible and it goes over a lot of stuff, occasionally it'll hang up. And putting this 18-pound zip tie, the zip tie will break before my main line, because I run 50-pound main line, and then my leader's 60-pound. So this will break and allow me to get back the rest of my rig if this is hung up. So I've found most of the time that's the case. These don't get hung up very often, but occasionally you just get in something that does hang you up. This is the rig that I use. This is my main line would be right here. That's 50-pound braid. This is a 3-way swivel, 2/0 size. I think it's 140-pound 3-way swivel. This is my leader line, which I use for the smaller, like channel cats and like Seneca Lake. The blues aren't real big there yet. I use 60-pound leader line. This is a rattle. line rattle just to make some noise. Kind of helps, I think, sometimes when you're dragging. This is a 2.5 inch oval float. It's slotted so I can take that on or off. And then been running a 6/0 Gamakatsu circle hook. It's the offset circle. 6/0's kind of a good size for, you can catch big fish with it. You can also catch some smaller. If I'm going into a place where there's some large fish and I'm mainly targeting large fish, I'll run an 8 or a 10/0 circle hook on there, and usually use 80-pound leader line. Coming down to the dragon weight, you've already seen this is the dragon weight. This here is the zip tie, the barrel swivel with the snap, and then I put I think they're called a fast snap. This is like a 30-pound fast snap. I usually leave this on the 3-way swivel. It just makes this to take it on and off easier, because when I am transporting the boat, I usually don't leave this hooked up. And then also, if I ever want to switch to anchor fishing, all I have to do is I can take this off. With this fast snap, I can hook like a coin sinker to that. Either I can take the float off real quick and I can transform this and just start anchor fishing if I want to do that cast out. Because the dragging weights you can use them to cast out, but if you have current, they really don't hold, because they're going to kind of get drug along the bottom. In a lake though, you could use the dragon weights just as is. So that's my basic rig. Thanks.